Yo, what is up, guys? It's yours truly, Ricky Videos, aka King Ace, aka Simply Ricky, aka the Super Pirate Ninja, aka Team T Naruto Ricky Wanna, aka a whole bunch of motherfucking names. So obviously this is the first video on this channel, which it shouldn't be, but it is. And I have obviously a guest, but he's not really gonna be a guest. He's kind of gonna come in here like whenever we're gonna do reviews. We're gonna try to make this every single week, me and him. But yeah, real quick, what you can expect is WWE wrestling reviews, but I'm also going to try to diverse and do other reviews, maybe this other review, maybe Pretty Liars, shit like that, you know, shit that other people like and that I like and I want to talk about. But right now, this is Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw, January 6, 2013. I don't know what episode, but I know it's in the thousands. And this was a great episode. This was a different episode of Raw. This old school Raw. Yes. And real quick, before we actually get down to the nitty gritty and actually talk about this episode, old school Raw. They do this a lot, right? But back in the day, you know, back other old school Raw episodes, it wasn't really as much as old school as this. I'm talking about the whole scenery. They changed it. They changed the way the match promo setup. They changed the rings. They changed everything, and it was like
even the announcers had the
the
old school,
the OW,
yeah.
It was truly dedicated to the old school of WWE, even before Attitude Era, but you know, even into Attitude Era,
right?
So yeah, not that much to talk about. Great episode of Raw. Any comments before we actually get started?
Well, I would like to say I enjoyed basically having it going back to old school, you know.
Right.
So it was a great episode. Great surprises. These are great surprises we had.
A lot of surprises.
Here. Yeah. I was surprised. So I don't know how many times I jumped out of my seat when I saw each wrestler.
Right.
And so we're gonna go down to that level.
Right. Like the way old school Raw is set up, the one I like about it is it's the element of surprise. We don't know which old school wrestler's gonna come. We don't know.
Yep.
For the hell of it, we might see Hulk Hogan.
Right.
We might see the only confirmation from old school Raw that we know that we was gonna get was Ric Flair, and that's because they gave her a spoiler last week.
Woo!
But yeah. Without further ado, I know we were prolonging it. WWE old school Raw episode review. Let's go.
So we start off with the Nature Boy,
Ric Flair.
Woo!
Ric Flair, man. This guy, he is a legend.
Yes.
He is a living legend.
Yes.
This guy is something else. You know, in the Kevin Hart voice, you are something else. But no, this guy was awesome. He started it off, you know, basically giving us a warm welcome. I mean, he's been in WWE. I mean, this guy, when he was this nigga was like 60, 70, not, I want to say 70, but he was 60 years old, 50 years old, still wrestling. You know, he only retired at WrestleMania 24 against Shawn Michaels, a worthy competitor.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think I liked when Shawn Michaels, you know, retired him. I think it was his time. I mean, that is an old ass nigga. And to this day, he was on TNA. He was still wrestling. Like, that's in his blood. I don't care what you say. He is truly one of the greats, if not the great. But, you know, we can talk about that because, you know, Randy Orton intervened and whatnot. So, you know, I'm thinking like, okay, evolution, right? Because, you know, Ric Flair, he's basically giving us a warm welcome of old school Raw, you know, talking about his past days and how this is going to be an awesome night. You know, like how everybody does, you know, in the beginning of Raw. Randy Orton has to come down here and he asks politely, like, you know, with the utmost respect, I want you to leave my ring. I have some stuff to, you know, to talk about. And that's where it kind of got like kind of outhanded. Like it was like rude as fuck. Like he raised you, whether you want to believe it or not. He raised you to what you are now.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him and Triple H, you wouldn't be the best. Yes. You wouldn't be the first WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah. So I think it's just the cockiness that Randy Orton has. It's just his persona.
I still kind of like it though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he was a very great character in my opinion.
The very great. No, I would say the very great character of this time.
Yeah, this time. Like, he is truly, like, when he says he says, I'm the best of this generation, any other, I don't want to say any other, but in this generation, he just might be the best. There's only a few. When I mean a few, like, legitly, not even a handful of people that are better than him. On the same level, I mean, there's John Cena.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say Brock Lesnar. Not going to say Batista. There's Daniel Bryan. There's CM Punk. Those are the only 4 people that I know that are, you know, up there. And if Randy Orton's better than them, maybe, you know. But then again, we'll talk about that later. Mm-hmm. How'd you feel about Randy Orton just coming down, just fucking just shit talking Ric Flair like he was nothing?
He was, to sound like, to me, he was having like one of his little Mitch moments. You know what I mean? He kind of felt as if, you know, he was glad that he was there and things like that. You know, kind of like a warm welcome. But then he kind of, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he was saying he just out of line. Like just rude. Like, how you just gonna come at somebody that raised you?
Right.
So, you know, and that's why I see that, you know, out of our utmost respect, John Cena came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Randy Orton, like, you know, he was about to fight Ric Flair. Because Ric Flair was like, I'm not moving from this ring. This is not your ring. He was like, Randy was like, I'll lay you to where you at now. I'll go old school on you. John Cena, simply that just bring it attitude. Mm-hmm. He came down there. He was like, I heard you say you want to go old school on Ric Flair. Well, I feel like I'm in the mood. Go old school on me, you know. And you know what Randy Orton do? He got out.
He just slithers away.
Like a snake, like a viper.
Yeah.
But I think that was a really great beginning because I just got hyped. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Randy Orton, John Cena for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at Royal Rumble. And it was kind of funny because throughout the whole little beginning of Raw, he was trying to get out of the match.
Yeah.
And what I liked about Ric Flair, he said, be who you were before. Because when you were the World Heavyweight Championship, you came night after night after night, taking down the biggest of opponents. You did not care. Be that person. I'm like,
that was like the best advice ever. Like,
that was deep.
That was deep. Like, wait a minute, hold on. This is your mentor that just kind of schooled you on some old school. You know what I'm saying? So it just felt like you just kind of like disrespected it. You know what I mean? Like,
it was some bullshit.
It's some real bullshit, which I feel as if, you know, was a good reason why John Cena actually came out, you know, and just, you know what I'm saying?
He settled that shit down.
He settled that shit down. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna. This is a Hall of Famer.
Right. John Cena was literally like expressing how good Ric Flair is. He was like, you're not even on the magnitude of Ric Flair.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This is a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah. The only person during this time that's even on the level, not even on the level, is John Cena. Only because John Cena has, I believe, 14 championships and he has 16. Mm-hmm. John Cena has surpassed everybody except for Ric Flair.
Right.
So that should be the only person on the level of Ric Flair, not Randy Orton. Just saying. Real quick, you know, they were having fun. They were like, woo, woo,
yeah,
woo. And I thought it was a good time. It was really a good time. It was like John Cena seeing a ghost, like Ric Flair, even though I know he sees him a lot. I mean,
yeah, right.
Really, really good. That was really a great opening of Raw. But let's move on to some good shit. The one thing I like about Raw is they always have these little fun moments. Yes. And my man, one of my my favorite WCW wrestler of all time in WCW obviously was probably Sting, but Diamond Dallas Page, bada bing, bada boom, bada bam, my nigga was back. And he looks good. He looks good. He looks fresh, and he looks like he can still wrestle. But does he want to do it? I don't know. I mean, some people just don't have the desire and love to do it no more. Some people are just not physically able to do it. I don't know about him, but I know who he is always actively, you know, with, you know, the WWE. I mean, this nigga, he did, I believe, he was a host in one of the DVDs of WCW, of the most streamed moments of ECW. Like, he was in there. So he's definitely active, but does he want to wrestle? I don't know. But Booker T and DDP. You remember that moment where DDP was trying to like motherfucking stretch and shit? He was like, I got it. And Booker T tried to. And then like Ron Simmons looked on. Like that was funny shit, man.
That was some funny shit.
But
that was, you know, that was JBL's old partner. Like,
yeah, he kept saying that shit throughout the whole episode. That's his partner. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Ron Simmons could have been better than what he was. Because I feel like he was really just a partner. And, like, look, JBL was on the same team. And JBL won World Heavyweight Champion.
Yes.
Won the WWE Champion. Like, he won a lot. But Ron Simmons, nah. Like I said, it goes back to the whole, do you have the desire to, you know, do that? Yeah. You got to have the desire. If you don't, then... But yeah, that was really funny. The whole
because when he just walked in and just looked at him with
Booker T and DDP was like, it's not what it looks like. We're just trying to like. He was like, you already know. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Like, damn.
He does it the best, man. All right, but that was really funny. A funny moment. Moving on, the WWE Universe, they actually had to choose 1 out of 3 referees. I believe they chose Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, they chose Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, they chose him. And it was out of the 3, it was 2 people. I forget their names. Who was it? Sergeant Slaughter, Arn something. Sergeant Arns Anderson or Bob Buckland. There we go. All right, we had to click on it because we're looking at it right now because it's the highlights and whatnot. Yeah, they chose Sergeant Slaughter. I knew that off rip. As soon as we saw him, I knew they were going to choose him because everybody loves this guy.
I even said it. I was like, they might even choose if they don't choose him, then y'all just fucked up.
Right.
Y'all just is. So yeah, I definitely wanted Sergeant Slaughter to actually be referee.
He was actually going to be referee for the whole Great Khali and Damian Sandow match. So that was actually pretty cool.
Right.
Moving on, Big E Langston versus Curtis Axel.
Oh my goodness. You know something? I really want to start off with this one because he's starting to become one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Right now?
As of right now, yes.
Big E? Yes, me too.
Because he's actually because he's the Intercontinental Champion and he actually has remained the Intercontinental Champion. Like
not only that, I think people are bypassing the fact that he's ever since he got the Intercontinental Championship, he's been undefeated. Nobody has been able to defeat him at all.
But you know what? One thing I understand about it was like he always said he shows out his best. You know? Like his best every day when he could enter the ring. Like he want to prove something to everybody to remember me. Like when he said that, like, oh my goodness, that was deep. Like I just sat there and just thought about it, like that was deep.
Yeah, very because deep. I don't know, Big E, man, I feel like Big E is gonna be like the whole Booker T feeling because if you think about it, when's the last time we seen a black person become the champion? And when I mean the champion, I mean the WWE champion or the World Heavyweight Championship besides Booker T. When's the last time? Right. Oh, actually, excuse me. This is a legend as well. Mark Henry. Besides Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Besides that, who have we seen lately? Nobody. So I feel like Big E, give or take about maybe 1 more year, 2 years. I mean, I believe 2014 is going to be his year. Maybe in this year, I feel like that he is going to be champion. And it's kind of one of the main reasons why I didn't want the whole 2 championships being unified. Because maybe people of less relevance maybe could be the World Heavyweight Championship and people of more relevance. Like, I feel like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Batista, John Cena, WWE Championship. But then we have like Big Show, Mark Henry, Big E, Alberto Del Rio, go for the World Heavyweight Championship. So then it'll be more relevance, But now it's 1 championship. It's like, that's crazy. That is really, you start to think like there only can be 1 champion. It's like either it's going to be Randy Orton or John Cena, then it's going to be Brock Lesnar, then maybe Batista, then this, that, and the other, then whoever wins the Royal Rumble, then Elimination Chamber. It's like, this seriously 1 champion, and after that you got these very low tier, United States champion. Nobody's going after that.
I mean, Dean Ambrose is actually currently now the longest reign United States champion.
But I wouldn't even like, that's bullshit because he does defend it.
He doesn't
defend it, so it doesn't count. Freaking, what's sad, and I'm not gonna lie to you, what's sad is he doesn't defend it, but AJ Lee, she defended every single night. And what I mean, every single night she defends her championship, and she's the longest Divas champion, and she defends it. But not Ambrose, and he's the longest U.S. champion. That's some bullshit in my opinion. That is some real bullshit.
That's true.
But Biggie Lynch and Curtis Axel, a really good match. The thing I like about this match, because I thought it was just some bullshit. I mean, I knew Biggie was going to win because, I mean, Biggie versus Curtis Axel was on Friday Night SmackDown.
Yep.
The one thing I like about this match that, you know, Ryback was actually, you know, with the announcers. I know what, not the announcers, but, you know, the commentators and whatnot.
Yep.
And he was actually talking good shit about Big E. He said Big E is probably the biggest and strongest dude in WWE. He was like, even surpassing Mark Henry. I was like, yes, you heard it here, even surpassing Mark Henry. He was like, he's a good guy. He's a very good rookie. I was like, And he just started praising Big E, like literally started praising him. He has no fear, but he started praising. For that, I respect Ryback. I mean, and you look, it kind of like Ryback was in the mood. And then Ryback was like, you know, my voice is kind of raspy. I'm thinking I was singing with Jillian. So it's kind of sad that we didn't get to see Jillian because you already know about her. She cannot sing with it.
Right.
But any thoughts on that match?
Actually, a great performance. I kind of see it as if that you know, Ryback, you know, he's gonna start pushing little Biggie Langston's buttons. Like I think that's what's gonna be going on, because that last minute after Biggie won, he actually really stared at Ryback. You know, they was eye to eye.
Right.
You know, so there's a little tension about to happen. You know.
I wouldn't mind actually, you know, seeing a rivalry because, you know, Ryback ain't no bitch. He is not no bitch. He is very strong. I mean, when he was in the main events, you know, against John Cena, I mean, he speared John Cena against the whole freaking barricade and that shit just collapsed. Mm-hmm. So he's a strong ass nigga. But I'm really looking forward to seeing if there's gonna be a rivalry that's gonna be building. Yeah. But yeah, Big E versus Curtis Axel. Big E wins. Good match. Piper's Pit. This is where shit gets real. Yes. Piper's Pit, and guess who are the people?
The Shield.
The Shield. So Piper's Pit, the whole thing that Roddy Piper was talking about, he was initiating shit against the Shield, and that was good.
Yes.
It was great because he was like, are there cracks in the Shield? He was like, one of you, if not all of you, cannot, you know, beat the, you know, CM Punk. He was like, he looked at Dean Ambrose. He was like, you can't beat CM Punk. He looked at Seth Rollins. He's like, you can't beat CM Punk. But then he touched Roman Reigns in the face. He was like, you might be able to beat CM. I'm like, okay. So
that's what I'm saying. And see, Roman Reigns, I always keep saying, is like, he is, out of all the Shield, out of the whole Shield, he is actually the strongest. And I mean, he did, you know, he has those, you know, those moments where, you know, bullshit happened or whatever the case may be, but
Roman Reigns is the most, he's the smartest too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
He's the most, mentally he's good. Mentally he's good.
The way I looked at it with this though, but this is what I like about this though, because, they're starting to have tension. And I noticed some tensions like last week, you know, in last week's episodes. And those, like, basically showing those tensions where Roman Reigns is, like, getting fed up with the Shield.
Right.
Like, I started noticing that, but it's like, I feel like it's further on in the episodes, I feel like there's going to be some tension between that's going to be a cause of the breakup of the Shield. And I think Roman Reigns will be the first one to go.
I agree. You know, it's kind of like going back to Evolution.
Yeah.
Who left out? Who became a very good champion? Who's the WWE champion of the world right now? Randy Orton. He was the first one to leave. So, but then again, I feel like Roman Reigns is more of a Batista type. He's strong. He has that fiery in him, and he's a very good competitor.
Right.
He took CM Punk to the limit, but we'll talk about that a little bit down there. Piper's Pit, Shield were getting fed up with Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper took off his stuff. He was like, "We gonna fight. They were trying to jump him, but who music do we hear? Who music? CM Punk, not alone, with New Age Outlaws, D-Generation X. That shit was amazing. They came out there and they would just start whooping ass.
Yep.
So we got to see a little bit of promo of what we're going to see in the main event, was actually pretty cool. Moving on, Sin Cara versus Alberto Del Rio. This actually has been a rivalry brewing up. This has been a rivalry brewing up.
Sin Cara was actually 2-0 on Alberto Del Rio.
Yes, and it sucks because Alberto Del Rio actually really did, you know, what happened was Alberto Del Rio underestimated Sin Cara, and that's what fucked him up. The first time he underestimated him, the second time he probably like, okay, that's a fluke. Underestimated again, and he lost.
Like, wait a minute. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
He had Sin Cara was actually on a 2-game winning streak, and this match that was actually being prepared, this was about to be his next streak. Like, he was about to have like, you know, 3-0 on him, but. You know,
somehow, you know, I think Alberto Del Rio got that realization factor that either, you know, he can't underestimate Sin Cara no more. He has to take him to the limit, and indeed he did. And he used this little mini super kick, and you know, he got that 1-2-3 pin, and he won. So it's 2-1. But the good thing about it is Sin Cara is still in the lead by 1. So hopefully we're going to see something on Friday Night SmackDown or Raw next week. I like this little mini rivalry because it's just basically building up Sin Cara. I want to see Sin Cara maybe, you know, in a championship match, maybe against even like, you know, Big E, or maybe even against Dean Ambrose, United States Champion. I'm just wanting to see some a little bit more of that.
Right.
So that was a pretty good match. Yeah. Alberto Del Rio wins. Moving on, a really good match. Cody Rhodes and Goldust versus the Real Americans. This match definitely was good.
You know what? I really want to say about this because I feel like the Rhodes brothers are they are actually one of these coming up. Even though like Goldust, he's, you know, this is his prime. You know, and Cody Rhodes is like really coming up. Now, I remember a long time ago you talked about Cody Rhodes, how of a superstar he will become.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. In my eyes, I believe Cody Rhodes will definitely be one of the greats. You know, he will be like the John Cena or the Randy Orton. And, you know, I want to say the next generation, but in years to come. You know, when like, John Cena and Randy Orton dies down, you know, when that hypeness between Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, when they die down, I believe that, you know, like I said, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Big E, I feel like they're going to be the big stars, and Cody Rhodes is definitely going to be on top, in my opinion. I can see it right now.
And I see and actually where what this match is here is like is a good example of
he's a good competitor.
Yes,
he has senses. He has the 5 senses,
and then the fact that they push to a limit, like the way how
exactly they always somehow manage to win when it looks like the ropes are against them. They always manage to win. Now people might say, oh, just because, you know, they're brothers, they have that. I think it's the love, man. I think it's the love they have for this business. I think it's the love they have for the tag team championship. And yes, it is the brothers. Yes, they are brothers. So that does take them another advantage. That's why, you know, the Usos are always doing their shit because they're brothers. You know, and not only are they brothers, but they are twins. So great minds think alike.
Yes.
But let's move on to the match. Actually, this match is actually a pretty good match. Cody Rhodes displayed greatness once again.
Yes.
He did a disaster kick to freaking, I believe he did that. Who did he do a disaster kick outside the ring? He did a disaster kick to Jack Swagger.
Yes.
Oh my god, that was actually really good. Probably one of the best disaster kicks of all time. Like really great. When it looks like the Real Americans are actually going to win, freaking Cody Rhodes comes in. He knocks out, I believe, Antonio Cesaro, and then, I believe, what's his name? Goldust. He does this little weird finisher that he's been doing it for a couple of weeks. He lifts you up, and then he twists you and slams you down. I was like, that was dope. Then, you know, that's how the, you know, Cody Rhodes, the Goldust, Rose brothers, they actually pulled the win.
Yeah.
So, really great match. Love the finisher. Love the finisher.
I do too. Like, that took great strength. And, like, I never seen a finishing move just like that before. So, that's a great finisher. And
that was really good. That was really good. So, you know, they won that match.
Mm-hmm.
So the next match is the Great Khali versus Damien Sandow. I don't really want to spend too much time on this because this is just going to be a little mini rivalry, I believe, because you guys remember last week, Damien Sandow said if I don't win, I will quit. And he won on some bullshit because Khali's shoulder was still up and the referee blindsided in counter 1, 2, 3. So this time, Sergeant Slaughter did the same thing to, you know, Damien Sandow. Yeah. Great Khali basically, he pinned Damien Sandow, but Damien Sandow foot was on the rope and he still did the 1, 2, 3. So this is gonna be a mini rivalry. What you think about that?
I agree with you 100% with that about the rivalry because, you know, Damien Sandow kind of felt like he was cheated on, cheated.
Right.
You know, so I definitely would see a major rivalry coming up in upcoming episodes.
Yeah.
He probably who knows what stipulation match he might want, because you never know, because they be like one of these days they're 1-1 now, basically.
Yeah, they want on some both bullshit terms.
Basically, yeah. So
it was good. I'm actually looking forward to this because, you know, it's all fun and games. Well, this is all fun and games. You know, I don't take Great Khali serious anymore. Although they did bring back his little manager.
Yeah, that was good old school for that one.
That was good. That was good. So a good little thing right there. Moving on to Too Cool and Rikishi versus 3MB. This was a good match because Too Cool showed that they still got it.
Yes.
You know, they still got it. Hottie to Scotty and
Grandmaster Sexy.
Hottie to Scotty and Grandmaster Sexy. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. That was, oh my, I lit the guy on my seat.
Yes, me too.
Like, it was amazing.
Because you let me tell you something. Around that era, when Rikishi and Grandmaster Sexy and Scotty 2 Hotty was, you know, they was actually in their prime and they was wrestling, like that exact the same effect that we was watching in this match. It brought me back memories of, you know, how they be coming in, and I remember I used to be dancing every time they be.
Right, it was like Scotty 2 Hotty used to be the shit. Like, they all used to be the shit, and they, you know, they still are, you know.
Yes.
Oh, one little thing, 3MB. I mean, yes, they won. We all know this. One thing I was kind of like a little bit mad about is Rikishi didn't come in the normal outfit. You know, that's when he had the little ass tights, big ass, and he always smushed somebody's face. So
he wasn't really doing his,
you know, his whole
old self.
Yeah, but it was still cool to see him though. We have not seen him in a long time.
Yes.
And he was wearing his son's shirt, and he kept saying, you know, I love you, sons. And I was like, okay, that was awesome, you know, because he basically passed the torch to his sons, which is the Usos.
Yes.
Really, really great. Really cool to see him. Moving on, Bad News Barrett disrespects WWE Legends. Yeah, so basically WWE Legends all announced Booker T. I don't know why, because he's always there every single week.
Yes.
But whatever, still respect. Ric Flair, they showed basically everybody.
Yeah,
everybody.
Basically everybody.
And it was cool, and then Bad News Barrett had to come in and be like, nobody's even going to remember your name. And it was actually kind of crazy, but whatever.
He was stupid for that, though. I mean, you know, he I don't know, like, because I never see him wrestle anymore, so he started off with Bad News Barrett, so it's like,
he used to be
funny.
Good. He used to be good.
But it was funny how, you know, it brings entertaining, so I enjoy it too.
I think, it brings entertainment, and I think he's actually enjoying it.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of cool. Rey Mysterio and the Usos versus Daniel Bryan, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan of the Wyatt family. So this is actually the first time we seen Daniel Bryan with the Wyatt family, and it looks like he willingly joined the Wyatt family.
Yes.
So that goes to show that Daniel Bryan, you know, he just did it himself. He said that he wants to become a monster. He wants to become stronger.
Yes.
You know, And I can understand that. I can understand.
too.
I'm not mad at him. I'm really not mad at him. I'm glad that he's doing that because it goes to show that if he wants to be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, he has to get stronger. He has to release the monster that's inside him, the monster that nobody sees. That's why he's losing all the time.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Great match.
You know, about that match, I feel like, you know, even though
it was like, you know, it was actually a really good match. The one thing that was actually good about it was that everybody was like, no, Daniel Bryan, that is not you. That is not you. Even, you know, Rey Mysterio was like, no, this isn't you. But Daniel Bryan was like, I don't give a fuck. This is me now. And it was kind of cool because the fact that Daniel Bryan even did that, he has a new clothing attire. But not only is that new, but the way he wrestled is more angrier. He's more mad.
Yes.
So that was actually kind of cool and whatnot. You can see that I don't want to say the why breaking up, but they're trying to adjust to the new member Daniel Bryan and whatnot, because we already see some tension between Luke Harper and Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
And the one thing they said at backstage, because obviously the Usos and Rey Mysterio won because of the the fuck up that Luke Harper and Daniel Bryan did.
Yeah.
He says, you know what? I came in here to learn, but not only can I learn, but I can teach. Because unlike y'all, I was actually a tag team champion with Kane. Yes. He was like, Kane is more of a monster than y'all. So let me help. Let me teach you. He was like, let me be in tag team with you, Eric Rowan, or you, Luke Harper. He was like, and then the one great thing, Bray Wyatt was like, no need, because you're going to be tag team with me. Mm-hmm. I thought that was amazing. Yes. I thought it was amazing. I really did.
Yes.
So a great match. Any thoughts about that?
Yeah, definitely, because even though when I saw the tension between them, seeing upcoming, like really want to, because I actually definitely want to see much more how Daniel Bryan evolves in this family, right? Because be honest with you, I feel like I agree with his decision. You want to get stronger. The best thing to do is be with the strongest.
Right. What I mean? Can't beat him, join him.
Yeah, you can't beat him, join him. That's basically.
That's just the same.
Yeah.
Great match. Yes. Great opening of Daniel Bryan walking with the Wyatts. Start to enjoy this. Start to get used to it, because you will be seeing it every single week, Mondays and Friday nights.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar. He came down, and guess who came down with him?
Paul Heyman.
And Paul Heyman actually has some good quotes. He has some quotables. And what he said was, what's old school is that back in the day, there was always that one champion that everybody wanted to beat. There was always that top dog. Mm-hmm. Bruno Sammartino knocking down the competition left to right. Yes. 8 years.
Yes.
There was always a Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. Mm-hmm. They were always the top dogs, and everybody wanted to get to them. Mm-hmm. And I can even say in this new era, there was actually one top dog back in the day, from about a year ago, CM Punk. He was the longest reigning champion in 25 years. Longest reigning champion of, I believe, 434 days. He was a top dog. People tried to get him, but they couldn't. And the one person that did was The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock. They probably had that good quotable. And then he got interrupted by Mark Henry. I got hype. This time Mark Henry actually was fucking up Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar had to do the bitch move, get him into I believe different kind of submission of an armbar, and he basically damn near broke Mark Henry's arm.
Yes.
But since Mark Henry's so big, his arm, and he's so fucking strong as well, right, his arm didn't freaking break.
It's just had a little fucking.
His arm, as he just dislocated his arm, literally. So he'll be all right. He most likely all he has to do is probably sit out for 1 week, and not come back next Monday, not come back this Friday. Probably sit out for like maybe a week or two, and he can come back fresh. Because when you dislocate it, all you gotta put it back. You gotta put it, locate it back. When you fracture it, sit out for a couple weeks. Yeah. So he didn't break it, and that's because Mark Henry's so fucking big and strong.
But the interesting surprise on this, is when the Big Show,
yes,
came down Now the thing is about that, you know, because the way his eyes was looking, his eye tension was like always staying on Brock Lesnar, like Brock Lesnar was for the first time because the stupid ass quote that Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar was trying to say was eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. And yo, they just keep saying it over and over after when he dislocated it. You know what I'm saying?
Eat, sleep, conquer, and repeat.
So
eat, sleep, conquer, and repeat.
So when the Big Show came down there, it's just like all that what he just said just fade away because he just number one when the Big Show got in the ring, he actually and Paul Heyman tried to do a little sucker shit, and Brock Lesnar tried to probably clothesline him. That's when the Big Show just stopped him right there and just pushed him right back and actually tossed him.
I never seen a Big Show so strong. Like, he literally just grabbed this nigga. And not only did he grab this nigga, he seriously picked him up and dropped him. This nigga was in the air, literally, and he fell out the ring.
Yes. I think he kind of messed up his ankle, too.
And Brock Lesnar, like, he was scared. I believe he was intimidated. Fuck all the bullshit. He was intimidated. And Big Show, he was serious. He was like, he looked at him, he was like just with a straight ass face, like, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, nigga. If you come in hands distance, your ass is getting hit. KO punch. And that's what I believe it is.
Yeah.
So we're definitely gonna see that. And I actually thought Big E was gonna come down, you know.
Right. But
he didn't. I think that's good that Big E didn't come down because I ain't trying to have Big E break his arm yet. No. But look forward to Brock Lesnar versus Big Show, Royal Rumble. Yeah. Maybe. Look forward to that. Or maybe look forward to Big Show versus what the fuck? Brock Lesnar versus Mark Henry, big Royal Rumble. Or maybe it's a triple threat. Or maybe it's a 2-on-1. Who knows? But know that something's gonna fucking happen.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Main event, CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Good match.
Yes.
Good match. That's all I gotta say. Good fucking match.
You know, to be honest with you, because the simple fact, you know, I kind of felt as if CM Punk was choosing his opponent throughout the whole Shield from the beginning. Like, I think he chose Roman Reigns from the beginning, but he was just testing out each one of them to see who is the best throughout the Shield.
He was like, I want to verse the best. And he beat two of them, and he couldn't beat Roman Reigns. Now, look at it from this way. Yes, Roman Reigns did beat CM Punk, but Dean Ambrose got involved. Dean Ambrose got involved, and, you know, that's how Roman Reigns capitalized.
Yeah.
Shit. CM Punk got kicked out of a Superman punch from from jumping off the top of the rope.
Yes.
And he kicked out. And Roman Reigns was like, what the fuck? Literally.
Yes.
So, Roman Reigns, I mean, yes, indeed, he did beat CM Punk, but, you know, he had help. So maybe can he defeat him, you know, like... Without him. Yeah, without him, who knows? So that was actually pretty cool.
So that's why I feel as if, you see that tension with the separation, it's like a virus.
It's slowly. What I mean slowly, it's like really slow. Like, I'm not saying it's gonna happen anytime soon. I'm talking about for months, but you can definitely see the cracks.
The cracks is actually just started forming little by little.
Yep, little by little. And like I said, if they break up, Roman Reigns is the first one to leave.
I believe it. I really truly believe it if they do. Like,
you know, the Shield would never be the same because it'll be 2, but you need 3.
And then not only that, Dean Ambrose is gonna have no choice but to defend his United States title.
Yep. But after that, the New Age Outlaws actually got into it with the Shield, and it was basically a brawl. It was a brawl and whatnot. But next thing you know, Jake the Snake comes out of nowhere.
Right.
Brings out his freaking, I believe, is that like a python?
Yes, sir.
It's a python. Python.
Now, hold on. Now, Jake the Snake was actually an old school legend.
Yes.
He was around Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man Randy Savage, The Undertaker.
Bit Macho Man Randy Savage. R.I.P. to him, man. One love. And it's crazy, man, because I remember he bit him because Macho Man, he just got married.
Yes.
He just got married. He bit him. I remember the snake scared his wife. It was great, man. It was great. And you can show the love and dedication I have for WWE because I'm 15 and this shit goes back 25 years ago. More than that.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It was greatness. It was greatness, man. Just to see that, and he looks good. He looks good. That's the main thing. He looks good.
Yeah.
He put the snake on Dean Ambrose, which sucks, man.
Because it was so funny how CM Punk actually put on the GTS mode right on Dean Ambrose. Yeah, we went night. He was sleeping. That's when the python went on his face.
Right. And this time, the Shield did not come in and save him. He was like, fuck. They was like, fuck that. I'm not about to get bit by no fucking python. Nigga, fuck you.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of funny. But that's pretty much it for the whole Raw episode. Old school Raw, great ass episode.
Yes, great
what
ass.
are your thoughts on this episode? It is yours truly, Ricky, and this is the video of the day. Like, rate, comment, subscribe, and any last words?
Nope. That's be a wrap.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. King Gaze. Or Ricky Videos. Or Ricky. Damn.